Before we start, I want you to imagine something. Not a dream, not a goal. A moment. A moment when one phone call, one accident, one medical bill, one job loss can erase everything you've built in America. Because the truth is simple. Most immigrants are one emergency away from losing everything. Not because they're careless, not because they're irresponsible, but because nobody taught us how to protect ourselves. Today, we fix that. Hello, and welcome to Immigrant Money TV. Today, we're talking about something every immigrant needs, but almost nobody talks about. Your emergency fund, your financial safety net, your protection when life hits you without warning. Because imagine this, your world turns upside down overnight. A sudden job loss, a medical emergency, a family crisis back home, and you have no savings, no backup plan, no cushion. For immigrants, these moments don't just feel stressful. They feel isolating. They feel terrifying. They feel like everything you've worked for is slipping through your fingers. That's why today, we're building your financial firewall, a safety net that protects your dreams, your progress, and your peace. I remember when my cousin first arrived in America. New job, new life, new hope. And then, out of nowhere, a health scare. The fear wasn't just about recovery. It was the medical bills, the missed work, the pressure of being alone in a new country with no savings to fall back on. If you're an immigrant, or you know someone who is, you understand this vulnerability. One emergency can destroy years of progress. Now let's slow down for a moment and answer the question nobody ever explains clearly. What exactly is an emergency fund? An emergency fund is money you set aside only for real emergencies. Not for shopping, not for travel, not for sending money back home, not for holidays or pressure or guilt. It is a financial buffer that protects you when life hits you unexpectedly. It covers the things you can't predict: a job loss, a medical bill, a car breakdown, a family crisis, a sudden move, anything that threatens your stability. Think of it like this. Your emergency fund is your financial firewall. It stands between you and disaster, between you and panic, between you and losing everything you've worked for. And here's the key. An emergency fund is not about getting rich. It's about staying safe. It's about staying stable. It's about staying in control when everything around you feels out of control. For immigrants, this fund is even more important because we don't have a safety net waiting for us. We don't have family nearby to bail us out. We don't have generational wealth to fall back on. We are the safety net. So we must build our own protection. And that's why this episode matters. Because I don't want you to ever feel that level of fear. Not in this country. Not in your journey. Not in your life. Let's talk about the truth. Most immigrants don't fail because they're lazy. They don't fail because they don't work hard. They fail because they have no margin, no buffer, no protection. One crisis, and everything collapses. But what if I told you there's a simple strategy, a strategy that turns uncertainty into stability, fear into confidence, and chaos into control? Your emergency fund. This isn't just about saving money. This is about building freedom. This is about building resilience. This is about building a financial fortress around your life.
Let's go deeper. What kinds of emergencies are we talking about? The job that suddenly cuts your hours? The company that shuts down without warning? The car that breaks down on the way to work? The medical bill that arrives out of nowhere? The family member back home who needs help immediately? The immigration fee you didn't expect? The rent increase you weren't prepared for? These aren't maybe situations. These are real immigrant experiences. These are the things that happen every day, and without a safety net, they can break you. So how much do you need? 6 to 12 months of expenses. Not income, expenses. Your rent, your food, your transportation, your insurance, your essentials. Why so much? Because immigrants face more risk. We work jobs that can change suddenly. We support family back home. We deal with immigration paperwork, fees, and unexpected emergencies. We don't always have someone to call when things go wrong. 6 to 12 months gives you breathing room. It gives you time to recover. It gives you time to find a new job. It gives you time to make decisions without panic. It gives you freedom. Now let's talk about how to build it. Step 1. Know your number. Calculate your monthly essentials. Multiply by 6. That's your first target. Step 2. Start small. $50 a week, $20 a week, $10 a week, whatever you can do consistently. Step 3. Automate it. Set it and forget it. Make saving the default, not the exception. Step 4. Keep it separate. A high-yield savings account, not your checking account, not cash in a drawer, not money you can touch easily. Step 5. Protect it. This money is not for wants. It's not for pressure. It's not for guilt. It's for emergencies only. Let's talk about the emotional side, because money is not just numbers. It's fear, it's pressure, it's responsibility. When you have no emergency fund, every problem feels bigger. Every bill feels heavier. Every mistake feels dangerous. But when you have savings, you breathe differently. You walk differently. You think differently. You stop living in survival mode. You start living in control. That's the power of an emergency fund. It doesn't just protect your money, it protects your peace. Now imagine your future self, 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. Imagine facing a crisis and not panicking. Imagine losing a job and not losing your mind. Imagine a medical bill and you can pay it. Imagine a family emergency and you can help without destroying your life. That's what we're building. Not just savings, security, confidence, freedom. And here's the truth nobody tells immigrants. You can't build wealth until you build safety. You can't invest confidently until you have a cushion. You can't take risks until you have protection. Your emergency fund is not optional. It's the foundation of your financial life. Because life will happen. Emergencies will come. But when they do, you'll be ready. Thank you for watching Immigrant Money TV. If this message gave you clarity, if it gave you peace, if it reminded you to protect your future, share it with someone who needs it. Because the goal isn't just to survive in America. It's to build a life you can stand on, a life you can grow from, a life you can be proud of. Your emergency fund is the first step.